I've tried to redo this portion of the video, maybe like 10 times because, I would either get like really sad and have to cut, or like my eyes would get like water and I'd have to like, you know what I'm saying? In any case, man, August 24th, 2023, we received some really bad information through social media, some really unexpected information that I never thought I'd see so early in my life and so early in Bray's. Bray's passed away, Bray Wyatt, at 36. Real life name, Wyndham Rotunda. Unexpectedly passed earlier that day due to a heart condition that he apparently had exacerbated due to contracting coco earlier in the year. And, when Sean Ross reported that he was given permission to release that information, the reasoning behind it was even worse to hear, because it almost seemed like something that shouldn't have happened to such a kind soul like Bray Wyatt. There's numerous times that I've seen him go above and beyond for fans, and the way he was in his interviews and how he was always so humble and so caring and so compassionate. Everything he went through when, his best friend, one of his best friends, Brody Lee, passed away. And one of the positives, not really only, but one of the positives that I can see here is that he is with him up there in heaven. You know what I mean? And rather to be sad of him passing, I should be happy that I even got to experience it with him, this ride at all, right? And I know that's not exactly the expression. I just don't have the proper verbiage to convey what I'm feeling in an adequate manner. SmackDown did a really lovely, beautiful, and powerful tribute to him. We even had Cody Rhodes speaking on Terry Funk. LA Knight did a beautiful tribute to Bray Wyatt in his promo, where he was able to maintain kayfabe, but also give us a sense of realism that he still is, feuding with Miz, that he's still a wrestler at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like the way that I wrote it in my Twitter was, I was like, today this man didn't just cut a typical promo, but showed the layers he possesses, but with the circumstances given. And he was able to blur the line between kayfabe and reality, while also sprinkling in some comedy. And that was in regards to the Miz, right? Tonight cleared any doubts about his mic work, which again does hold truth. And him being the last person to face Bray Wyatt, going up against Finn Balor, who was the first person to face the Fiend iteration of Bray Wyatt, was apropos in my opinion, and it was the perfect matchup. They had a great match. I know earlier in the show, I was going to say Rey Fenix. I'm bugging. This is how I know my brain is not all up here right now. Rey Mysterio paid homage to Bray Wyatt by hitting the clothesline and then following up with the senton as well when he was fighting Grayson Waller. And LA Knight paid a bit of a tribute as well when he quoted Bray Wyatt bar for bar. He said, "A wise man once told me, the next time you see me, run." And he said it just like him, actually. It was like really good. So that was really nice to see as well. I was hoping somebody would hit Sister Abigail, but hey, maybe down the line we'll see that. So let's go ahead and talk about SmackDown, the breakdown real quick, and comment down below your favorite memory of Bray Wyatt. For me, I have many. The matches that the Wyatt family had against the Shield, against the New Day, the strap match he had against Daniel Bryan, now known as Bryan Danielson, the WrestleMania match, both of them, that he had against John Cena, the WrestleMania match he had against The Undertaker, the Elimination Chamber match that he had where he won the WWE title, and then there was also the SmackDown match that they had where Bray Wyatt faced John Cena and AJ Styles. There was a few of the matches that Bray Wyatt had against Dean Ambrose, Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns, I believe, inside of a Hell in a Cell. I think that one as well. And then again, my top favorite, which again is controversial, I know, The Fiend versus Braun Strowman. And I'm going to explain why. The story behind that match was really important to me to see come to fruition, because we had finally, Braun being this monster among men, right? Doing his own thing, carving out his own path. And as soon as Bray brought back the Eater of Worlds gimmick, you saw a different side of Braun, right? That side where he was like genuinely afraid. And we haven't seen that type of fear in Braun before, ever, actually, since he became, you know, the monster among men. So that was really awesome to see. You know, their swamp match that they had, where Braun Strowman went to the premises of wherever Bray Wyatt was staying as the Eater of Worlds, and that cinematic match was great. And then again, the following match, which was The Fiend and Braun Strowman for the Universal title, which was fantastic. And the way they were able to incorporate Alexa Bliss into all of this was also really, really nice. But as I was saying, the show began with everyone standing on stage. And it broke me to see Braun Strowman and Eric Rowan in the front, because they were his closest friends aside from, you know, Mr. Brody Lee and a few others. But, you know, that I knew of most confidently was Braun Strowman, again, who is the godfather to one of Bray Wyatt's children, and Eric Rowan, who was with him in the Wyatt family, the original three, before Braun was added later as the fourth man. So seeing them, you know, just like Braun holding Eric while they showed the close-up of the rocking chair, it almost borderline broke me while I was on stream, because they were so, like, you could tell Braun was crying for a very, very long time. And they had the, you know, they did the 10 bells, the silence, right? They had everyone in the front. There was a few people that you could tell were really hurt by it, because Bray touched a lot of people, man. He was really close with a lot of people. Like, it's understandable. And hold on. Sorry, I had to take a beat. But and you know, just the fact of seeing everybody standing there in the front while everything happened. There was a few people that even got tattoos of him. There was, I'll put some pictures on the screen if I can find them. Shotzi, Braun Strowman, and a few other people also tatted his logo on their body, which was a really nice tribute. And then during the show, we have the megastar LA Knight, who I know I spoke of earlier, but he, you know, he spoke of Bray Wyatt while being able to stay in character, which much power to him, because it almost seemed like he was trying his hardest to hold it together too, which makes sense. He said that Bray Wyatt was getting him ready for what was to come. And I felt that, you know, because Bray Wyatt was the first real feud that LA Knight had on the main roster, and he came out the other side looking like $1 million. You know what I mean? So Bray definitely played a huge role in that, in helping him get, you know, to that next point. And then we had, you know, the great match between himself and Finn Balor, which is fantastic. Closed out the match. LA Knight got the victory there. And it was just a really beautiful tribute, man. The whole SmackDown show was great. I know that Rampage briefly played a little, like, you know, RIP, but because our Rampage was pre-recorded, you know, they probably didn't have time to maybe do a little more. So maybe we probably won't see any sort of real tributes from AEW side, maybe until either All In, which is tomorrow, or, you know, or Dynamite, right? Because Collision is also pre-recorded. For those of you who didn't know, when you watch Collision tonight, it was pre-recorded. So it was directly after Dynamite or Rampage or whatever. They got, whoever was there Wednesday got a mega show. So, yeah, man, I just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys.